Lesson number 1 in integration. So as a review from our first video, if this is the derivative and then you want to find the y, you can take the integral of that derivative, and to take the integral you need to integrate one by one. Alright? However, there are instances wherein you cannot integrate right away because you still need to simplify the question. For example, this example number 2. So this one, in comparison to our original question here, for example, in comparison to this question, this one has a bracket. So therefore, what we need to do is to open that bracket first before we can actually take the integral. So therefore, when we open this bracket, you're going to have there x times 9x squared minus 24x plus 16. Okay? And then you need to multiply that x. So x times 9x squared will give you 9x cubed. X times negative 24x will give you this one. X times this is equal to 16x. And take a look that this appearance, this form, this format is now similar to that question. Therefore, we can now apply the integral formulas that we have learned a while ago in the first video. So, taking the integral now, because we have simplified it already. So, the integral of 9x cubed, let me just show it here. The integral of 9x cubed dx is equal to x to the 4 over 4 then times 9. So that is now 9 over 4x to the 4. Okay? You need to do the same thing for negative 24x squared. So negative 24x squared plus 1 there. So that is raised to the power of 3. You divide by 3. Plus 1 here. So that's x squared over 2. Then plus the constant or the arbitrary constant. So after which you just need to simplify, then this will be the answer. So what is something that we're going to learn from these? So number 1, if the formulas, the basic formulas cannot be applied, if the formulas cannot be applied directly, okay, what do we need to do is to simplify first. Simplify the question. And how do we simplify? Number 1, if there are parentheses, for example, open the parentheses first. Okay? So for example, this example number 2. So let's say this one, letter J. You can see a parenthesis. So before you take the integral of that, you need to expand it first, all right? Otherwise, you cannot take the integral. So expanding it, that's going to be 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 with respect to x. Okay, now this is going to be x cubed over 3, multiply that 4, x squared over 2 minus 12, 9x plus c. So that is now your y. Okay, so that is what are you going to do if there is a bracket. If there is a bracket, open the parentheses first to remove those brackets. Now, what else? If there is a rational function, let's say in this form, right? What you need to do is to rewrite it first. Wait, I will do it like this one. Let's say in this form, 1 over x to the n. So what you need to do is to rewrite first into the form x to the negative n. Okay? So let's try to have some example. Take a look of this part here, of this letter L. Right? That letter L. So By the way, the letter H is this first one here, right? Letter L. So suppose, for example, you have the y is equal to the integral of 12 over x squared minus 6 over x cubed dx. So what you're going to do is that 12 x to the negative 2 minus 6x to the negative 3 dx integral y. That's the meaning of this one. Rewrite first. Okay? And then now you can integrate. You can add plus 1 here. Alright, so that's x to the negative 1 over negative 1. And then just simply copy the 12. Minus 6x to the negative 2 over negative 2. Okay, then you have plus c. Then you just simplify this. That's going to be y is equal to negative 12x to the negative 1 plus 3x to the negative 2 plus c. And then now you rewrite to negative 12 over x plus 3 over x squared plus c. Okay, so this is the second pattern, this one here. Right, don't forget. Again, if there is a parenthesis, open the parenthesis first. If there is a fraction like this, rewrite it first. Next, what about those stuff that we, what do you call it one? Radical. Okay, radical. So let's say, for example, anything that we do like this. Let's say x to the m and through it. Again, the first strategy is to rewrite into this form. Okay, let's try to get, for example, this one, letter I. Letter I says y is equal to the integral of square root of x dx. That is your letter I. Now, there is a radical. So what shall we do? It says rewrite first. So this is going to be x to the 1 over 2 because square root is 1 over 2 dx. Then after that, now you can take the integral. So that's going to be x, 1 of plus 1 is 3 over 2 divided by 3 over 2 plus c, or that is now equal to 2 over 3x raised to 3 over 2 plus c. Okay, so again, if there is a radical, you need to rewrite it first. So that is the third one. What other stuff that you may have? If you have a division, and there's only one term here, only one term, all right, and then you have a polynomial here, polynomial. Okay, so what you're gonna do, or in short, something like this. You have something on top, let's say a plus b plus c, and then there is only one letter d below. So what you need to do is to rewrite and simplify. Rewrite and simplify. How will you rewrite and simplify? Rewrite it in this way. A over d plus b over d plus c over d. Something like that. Let's try to get some example. This one. This letter L. Okay? You have there the integral of 14x to the 8 minus 3, minus 3 all over x squared. Again, with respect to x. So this is your y. Again, there is only one term at the bottom. So therefore, what you need to do is to rewrite it first. So 14x to the 8 over x squared minus 3 over x squared dx integral y. And then you need now to simplify. Y is equal to the integral of 14x to the 6 minus 3x to the negative 2 dx. Now you can apply the formula. So y now is equal to 14x to the 7 over 7 minus 3x to negative 1 over negative 1 plus c. Alright? So therefore, y is equal to 2x to the 7 plus 3 over x plus c. So that is this strategy. Okay, you only have you have already 4 strategies. This one, 2, 3, 4. Now these are all the pattern, and the others is just the what do you call this one, combination of all of these strategies, right? So you need to remember this part here. You need to remember that part. So for example, what do you mean by combination? I think I still have a few minutes in this one. So what do you mean by combination of that? So let's say that I have let's say that I have letter J. Okay, this one here, this one. So again, I can see that there is a parenthesis, and I can see that there is only one term below. So what am I going to do is to expand the one on top. Open the parenthesis, 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 over square root of x, the integral dx. And then after that one, my square root of x is the same as x to the 1/2. Okay, so again, what am I going to do? I need to rewrite this one as 4x squared x to the 1/2 plus 4x over x to the 1/2 plus 1 over x to the 1/2 dx integral. So before we do that one, we have there now 4x2 the 3 over 2 plus, simplify first, okay, 4x2 1/2 plus x to the negative 1/2 dx integral. Now we can integrate. So 4x to the 3 over 2 plus 1 is 5 over 2. Okay, 5, that's very thick. X raised to the 5 over 2. Then to make it simple, just reverse the power. Plus 4 times x 1/2 plus 1 is 3 over 2, 2 over 3 here, plus x to the negative 1/2 plus 1 is 1/2, reverse here, 2 over 1, and then you have there plus c, and then that is, now you can simplify it as y is equal to 8 over 5 x to the 5 over 2 plus 8 over 3 x to the 3 over 2 plus 2x to the power of half plus c, and that's it. Okay, so again, you may now answer the rest of the question. Just apply all of this. Again, every time you see a parenthesis, you open it first. Every time you see something like this, rewrite it to x to the negative power. Every time you see radical, rewrite it into the fractional power. Every time that you see a polynomial, you need to divide, rewrite, and simplify. Rewrite by dividing each term by d, and then after that one you simplify, then before you integrate. Okay, the next video is all about finding the constants of integration, and then after this one we're going to have past papers combining 10.1 and 10.2. Have a good day and goodbye.